YuGiOh has never
Alright,
been
everybody,
easier.
so we
Play with
have
the
round
most
3 right
professional-
now. We have table 1, so both players are undefeated. We have Enrique with Eldlich and Mitchell with Prank Kids. Enrique won the die roll, starting off with the pay 8 feel great with Cursed. Shout out to the boy, DB Grinder. Best phrase in the game right now.
Interesting add on Halquero. Maybe he already has Conk, or if he's sending Hulk with an effect, then I could see it.
Ooh, but this is a really slow start. Just a set 1 with the Cursed up.
Set
Prank-
1 pass.
Prank Kids has an Ash Blossom. 2 spell cards, looking like possibly 3.
3.
And is that fire? Yes, it is. Now, I know about you, but bless.
Thank.
Now, to me, anytime like I try to keep a really keen eye to my opponent. Anytime I play any card, I try to see any subtle activations, like any subtle movements in him. He summoned the Prank Kids, the fire one, and his opponent automatically shifted the card to his hand. To me, that's an easy tell for a hand trap. And see right there, that talent was fire. Oh God, that hand
2
was
hand
fuego.
traps.
3 hand traps.
Oh man.
Bell, Ash, and DD Crow. So that Ash Blossom should be going back into the deck. And he plays 1 for 1. Is drop no, not Dropsies a 2. Fansies is a 1.
Fansies is a 1.
So with that he can continue comboing off, going to
Yeah, but he
Doodle.
didn't have another monster, I thought.
No, he has an Ash Blossom. He can pitch.
All right, there we go.
Since he knows his opponent has a Bell and a he has another Fansy in hand. So that's good.
Oh, you don't know what 1 for 1 does. I'm sorry. Oh man, the first time I read that card, I'm like, shoot.
Man, back at Plants,
Sheesh.
Tangle Plants, man. Even before Tangle with just normal plants was just wild.
Water Synchro, summoning
That too.
Fishboard.
Yup, Fishboard Blaster.
Man, that's when that card went to 1. Around that era.
Man, and it's still at 1, right?
Oh yeah, that card cannot come back to 2 or 3. All of you quick fix right quick.
Man, OCG has it for a while for I think at 2 right now.
Yeah.
I probably dropped it back down. Sorry, he sends most likely a Pandemonium. Yep, he sends either Prank Its Place.
Yeah, it looks
no,
like
Prank Its
Place.
Prank. And
That looks like Prank.
and he's adding Pandemonium. Okay. So he knows his opponent has DD Crow, Bell in hand, and a Haquaro set. So to me,
As long as you
that's
out-
no disruption at all.
As long as you out curse Eldland effectively, I don't think he can play the game.
Well, he has an Ash himself, so he can allow him to just play with the curse, and or if he himself can just get the curse off the board, and then when he goes to set this the Scarlet, this Ash of Scarlet.
Yeah.
Man, I'm a big advocate for talents, and talents just right now just overperformed in my opinion. Being able to say like, oh, you have 1 hand trap for my starter, and now I'm just play all the extenders and take a card out your hand. Information is key in this game, and to see your opponent or possibly take a card or just need to just be sacky and draw 2 cards. So Pandemonium to the bullet. So they're just clarifying on effects right now, and then going to the chain links. Taken back from the summon and going back to the fire. Fusion summon back 3 guys. Now doing so, oh, well, it's still within. It should be within chain block, because wouldn't Bell just stop that?
Unchain block, yeah.
Hopefully this is chain blocked. If it's not, oh, it was not. He knows his opponent has Bell. Why would you?
Yeah, no, that I don't think.
That just seems like just because you could apply more pressure for damage right now. You know your opponent has a Qualifier set.
Yeah, so make him force it.
And then main phase 2, you do the bullet effect so that you can get cards on board. But if anything doesn't stop, then the doodle is just going to add them to your hand again.
I don't know. Let's see, so he's going to special summon him in response to battle. Yep.
Alright, so main phase 2. Most likely add back a Prank Kids monster and the Pandemonium. He has fire on board, so possibly the water if he has access to water or fansies. He has a fire in the graveyard and a rock in graveyard. So he's gonna always adding back Prank Kids, Prank, and Pandemonium.
Yeah, so end phase he's gonna activate it and then shuffle 3 back in and draw a card. Get some engine back in the deck.
All he's gonna do. Wow. I am sorry. It's just kind of awkward because you talents.
So good, yeah.
You saw everything your opponent's doing. Why aren't you playing around every card right now?
I don't know.
Well, the Ash is still gonna be powerful. But if the Zoo player draws into a Zoo monster, it's straight downhill from there.
Oh yeah, can't let him summon a Zoo. Then you get Zeused to oblivion. Pay 8, feel great.
You got to. If you drew a spell card, he can send add golden, discard the spell or trap from the hand. Will Golden Lord target the fire? Send the fire. Okay. Pay 8 gets ashed. Your opponent, you know your opponent now has just a Pandemonium. Okay, set back. I'll ban end phase banish, get Scarlet. So if that's a Conquistador set, it's good. But now you're putting your opponent on top decking into another monster.
Yeah. Sheesh.
I agree with you, Murphy. Those are the Dark Magician Rush dual sleeves. They're beautiful.
All the Rush dual cards just look so great.
Yeah. Did you see the new one for the video game they're coming out on OCG?
The DMG?
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
And the powder green looks nice too.
Oh yeah. Those are definitely going to be collectibles.
Alright, so he drew for turn. He drew a monster, but we can't tell what kind. So we called it Conquistador, so you can pop the fire, get Golden Lord on board. But now, if you drew into another Prankis monster, it's still the same situation again.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I would have held it because if they're playing like 18, 19, I think like something like 21
monsters
starters. Yeah. Like, so I would not do that. I don't know.
Well, let's see.
I would have waited for a more volatile part in the combo. Oh, wow. See, love to see it. You get rewarded.
Yeah.
Lucky. Sheesh.
What is that? Possibly a hand trap? Not an Ash, because my Ash, I would have threw that Ash at that Scarlet.
Oh, facts. Big facts. Especially when you see a Conquistador. You ain't hesitating on Ash and that.
So he's linking to the Vampire Sucker.
Sheesh.
Sucker effect to Reborn.
Dude, Andres, you got second at a Wises, dude. Ash. Stop. You're way too pro, dude.
Shout out to Andres.
and we get that started. That's gonna be in the next thing.
Sheesh.
No. Sheesh. That's it. That's how you do it. I mean, he just didn't draw a monster. Like, I don't know. There were some questionable plays from both sides.
I'm sorry. The talents resolve, that's just free fodder right there.
Yeah. It's not real.
Once again, paying 8 feels great. Just sitting there, accumulating resources.
That card is so good. Cards like that are just not real, yo. Like, being able, if they stick on the field and search every turn, that's not real. I mean, if it didn't have the graveyard effect, that it would be more fair. But like, even if you get rid of it, you get a card.
Yeah,
like, that's not real. I genuinely think that card should go to 1 or 0. Like, eventually at 0, but like at 1 soon. Like,
oh,
that
and he
card
drew
does so
the
much.
zoo.
Oh yeah, no, it's game. You can't normal summon a monster. That's game.
He has 1 card. He has still 2 cards in him. He knew it was a pandemonium. He's just gonna do damage. I would Zeus my own board. At this moment in time, I don't care about Sucker. I don't care about Golden Lord.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna Zeus control now.
You mean I think Dryden does the same thing. Like,
Giant to a summon, but
yeah,
the 1 card in hand, it could have been, he'd be like, all right, maybe you can't kill me next turn. I'm gonna hold on to my Prank Kid monster because he didn't want to play. Well, nope, you're right.
Yeah.
I'm incorrect. You're right. Dryden does everything you need.
Yeah, exactly. You just stack 4 materials on it instead of wasting your Zeus and a ton of zoo monsters. Yeah, just Dryden. Because their extenders are all cards that like aren't sticking on the field, so like Zeusing twice doesn't really come up. Zeusing twice is like the equivalent of him having 2 extenders, but like,
Yeah.
that sends all of your other cards, and I don't know, just not feeling it. Sheesh, is that a rank? Oh, it's a,
That's
is he going to Zeus?
No.
Oh no, Dryden, he's stacking. He is Zeusing. The boy.
That's a 6 material Zeus right there.
All right, I'm spamming it, but that deserves a sheesh. Oh man, love to see it. 3 Zeuses.
And
That's a yeah.
so
no.
it was a hand trap that he had on him, but I guess that's. Oh, prank! Pankatops off the tops.
Oh, that's kind of clean.
1 turn too late.
I mean, yeah, that monster ain't attack there.
I'll let it die.
Yeah, then he'll chain Zeus and.
Nah, don't reason. This sucker's gone.
Yeah,
it's all right.
Just let it happen. Let it happen, Captain.
What's that gonna do to my board?
He passed. Intriguing. So he's gonna try and net another card out of it. That resolves. Absolutely, that resolves.
He has to chain it to get the Golden Lord off the board. Or no, to Zeus. He has to change it to hit Zeus.
True. But now, is there another Golden Lord in graveyard? Yeah, then he could just make the train dude. He goes, send Conk, special summon Eldlich. That's a 3,500. That's 6k attacking, and then the train for game.
Man,
Zeesh.
This went from like, it was topsy-turvy.
Yeah.
At the start, it was all in the Prankist player's favor.
Yeah.
And then it immediately just shifted right over back to Eldlich.
Yeah. So now, literally, that's all you have to do. You have to summon Eldlich from the graveyard. Then that's a 3,500 guy, 2,500 with the other one, and then make the train. That's game. If he's even playing the train. Who knows? I don't even think he's playing the train because of the Zoo engine.
Don't think he's playing it.
Most Zoo variants don't play it.
Yeah, mostly you do because you don't have the space for it.
Sheesh. It sucks. But, I don't know. Can he kill him? Because he sets Sanguine, and he can use it right now. You can summon it in attack mode. Yeah. You can. Yeah. He could just summon.
It'd be 25. But if he has the ability to make another link,
yeah,
he can
so
then
just
make
link
another.
These two. Link these two into a link monster, and then 3,500, 2,500. No.
Well, he's already done 400 direct, 16 over. I can't remember what he beat over the last turn.
Right, so he's
and
at
then
6K
25 directly.
All you need to do is summon Golden Lord attack for game. I think Jit already looking at his sideboard.
Nah,
Oh,
I mean, he was
that's-
looking at the graveyard.
Oh.
Like I feel him too. He was like, he's probably thinking like, how did we get here?
Yeah,
Just
how?
talents. You had
No.
3 hand traps. We put everything back.
Yeah, no, this is kind of wild. What's your general overthought from Ghost of the Past? That set literally
It's a set that
letdowns from the past. The set.com. Like, yeah.
I like it. It brought out some cards that I really wanted to see, the Dragunity cards.
Should have been in a structure deck.
Hey.
Should have been in a structure deck.
We said that for
Infinite different things.
the Magicians, the
Absolutely.
Infernobles.
Yeah. There was another deck too. Oh no, those might have been the only two, and the Dragunity one. But yeah, that's savage.
All right, so he's pushing through 19 and 35. And then he summoned Hakuero to swing for the 18, so that should be game. Yeah, that is game 1. Wow. If I were to put money on that game itself, I would have lost. I really thought it was in Mitchell's favor, 1,000,000,000% that game. But Enrique stayed calm. He decided that if my other 2 hand traps can slow you down, all I have to do is get to my engine and we can play. And that's what he did.
Exactly.
We played YuGiOh.
So let's see. I mean, prank kids are going to go first again. So I'm imagining that Enrique is just going to decide more ways to stop a activation of prank kid. That's all you have to do against this deck. Literally, Ash the first effect. Ash-esque effect the first effect. That's literally it. And that's like, pass. Like, I genuinely think that, like, prank kids should play, like, trap cards. Like, because, like, if you get stopped, you're just passing with an open board. I think like prank kids in some way, shape, or form should play a sort of trap. I don't know about hand trap, but like I think it's sort of trap card. Because like hand traps can be stopped through multiple means. Trap cards are more resilient to going against a player making a board rather than preventing a board. So I genuinely think that like they could play like strikes, I think. Or like side into
IDP,
judgments.
stuff like that.
Yeah, like IDP. Like I would side into cards, or I would probably main 3 strike. I would probably main 3 strike and then side deck another trap that like against certain decks, like against back row decks, you play traps that like gain you advantage or slower the game down, like Heavy Storm Duster, just in case if your play gets stopped. This way, the next turn, if you draw one of your other 21 monsters, you're able to play the game.
Try
still.
it again. Well, there's a quick side note. I do agree that Remus being a short print and Sun Avalon, I like plant decks. I wish it could do more, but it only do more. And Zeus should be banned. It power crept the card that was banned before, Excite on Night. But I agree with the trap deck. Now, you're a big advocate for trap cards.
Absolutely.
You got 2nd place at California YCS with a trap deck. Your favorite trap deck.
He's on my shoulder. Totally awesome.
So I agree with the whole understanding of like this trap cards for the deck so you can set and then fight back next turn. As a combo player, because I do see this deck becoming more of a combo deck kind of, hand traps should be more in the deck, but you don't want to like you don't want to draw too much of it and then it's like I need a monster because it feels like Zoo again.
See, like,
prank kids become like Zoo.
How many Zoo monsters were we playing? Like 15, 14, something like that?
We were playing a lot.
Yeah, so like this deck can play more. So you're playing your 21 monsters. I don't think that the theory of like not drawing a monster should really be in the equation as much as other people think, because you're playing over half your deck. There's over 50% of the cards in your deck, and that percentage only gets higher as you draw your starting hand. So realistically, if you see like you should at least see 1 to 2 monsters every hand. And then once you're deck building, those 21 cards, those 21 ways to monsters are like mandatory. So you have to play those cards, and then the other 19 cards are other cards that you need to either play going second to extend your plays or things like that. So like I genuinely think that like at least 3 of those spots should be for trap cards, because hand traps are more reactive, especially for both players, because they can call by the grave the hand traps, they can gamma the hand trap. They can do so much to hand traps, but like actual trap cards, like I saw Mitchell looking at there could be only one. Like the cards like that, cards like Strike, they're so hard to play around and they're so hard to react to, especially Strike, since it's a counter trap.
Yeah.
So like those cards are high impact and have less reaction time from the opponent. So I think those cards are good in a deck that only require 1 card to start their turn.
Well, since Mitchell started off his turn, he went into a prank his monster, into the Meow, and then it got Skullmeister. So he set 2 back rows. So hopefully we can see either an IDP, there can only be 1 Strike.
Yeah. Or like I would side into cards that like reborn monsters.
Okay.
Like this way he can at least make Cockadoodle Doo, or I don't even know the name of the card. Doodle Doo, Doodle Doo. Like that guy, the bird.
Well, there can only be 1 is this about to be very impactful this game right now. He normal summon Ram after searching off the Tenki.
Sheesh.
There's no Dryden, no more Beast Warriors can be summoned while they already control 1.
And there could be only 1 who's really good in this deck, because all the Prankeds are different types.
That is true.
Each of the extra deck monsters have 1 Pranked monster that they share a type with. So as long as you follow different lines of play with the typing, you're good. Like this deck can play with there can only be 1 very, very correctly. And does he not have another monster? No.
It looks to be a hand trap and
Looks
a
like
Pandemonium.
It's either that or pranks.
See, all right.
See, now he's playing the trap heavy. Like I think he sided into trap heavy because he this is like my kind of game. Like simplified game state, cards with high impacts, and then once I draw my 1 of way, it's game.
So you threw a Conquistador out there. I think he's trying to summon another Zoo and possibly go into a Link monster to the Phoenix, pitch, try to resolve it to discard the there can only be 1.
Oh, so I actually thought of an interesting card that Prankeds can play. I don't know if people have done it. I semi-retired. I'm in and out. Parallel Exceed. Because when you link summon into the card, you go Chainlink 1 Pranked, Chainlink 2 Exceed.
And it chain blocks.
And what you can do with that, with the 2 Parallel Exceeds, make Trap Trickster Flesia, Gravedigger Trap Hole. So whenever they try to hand trap you got it.
No. I do like that. I have been eyeing Parallel Exceed, like that card right now.
It's so good.
It has a very flexibility for decks that just needs a link summon. Like even dolls can play it.
Yeah, when they make Gravity Controller.
Make Gravity Controller, Parallel Exceed. Like you have more materials. Like it can be a brick at times, but I do think that card has a place in the long run of Yu-Gi-Oh.
Like it has a place in almost every deck. Like literally, especially in decks that 1 card combo. And 1 card link summoning, absolutely. I genuinely think it could see play in like the invoked variants, because they normal summon Alistair, make a link, Chainlink 1, summon the Parallel Exceed, and make a rank 4. Like, and Dweller I think is also very good right now, even though nobody's like playing it. Like it hits all the Eldlich cards, it hits a lot of the dragon cards, Prankeds cards. It hits Dinos a lot. Like I think that Dweller could make a comeback.
Now Enrique just did a prosperity for 6 just to add off a cursed Outland. I think he was really trying to dig for some kind of back row card if he plays any still.
Yep.
But man, this is gonna be a grindy game too. Hopefully these guys do remember that Prosperity's condition for resolving the effect. Your opponent now takes half battle damage for the turn.
Correct.
The fine print of Yu-Gi-Oh! Not everybody catches it.
I agree. Going second is not as good, but like the only time your normal gets interrupted before link summoning would be like Conch, realistically. Conch, Torrential. Obviously, those cards are prevalent against the deck, but like those cards were prevalent against the deck even before we even talked about putting Parallel Exceed in the deck. So like it makes your hands a lot better because it plays around hand traps and stuff. Obviously, if you were playing into torrential and like conch pops, then there's nothing you could have done anyway. But I don't know.
All right, so
Yeah, exactly.
we see him
that's true.
going into the Conquistador into Link Spider, Cyber Sponsor, so he plays around. There can only be one. Golden Lord was used to send a card so he can then reborn and send it to Tenki.
Put the Crystal Beast player on. Is there a Crystal Beast? I don't know that. Yo.
Oh, that's the one that he lost to at the regional many years ago.
You snap. You snap. I didn't say it. You snap. You snap. Oh my god.
All right. Well, Mitchell's now in a rough spot. He has no Prank Kids monster, so he's just trying to get a token, discard a card from his hand so he can start either wall up and or recycle and get an extra draw every turn.
Yep. He needs to find a Prank Kids monster. That's for darn sure. Jacob, my son, was goody. Oh yeah, he does like Crystal Beast. He loves Crystal Beast.
Okay, so he sends back the Pandemonium, Fansies, and Meow.
Draws one card. And the token's at 0/0, so the Link Spider could easily defeat it in battle.
Well, no. Curse Eldland is up, so only zombie monsters can attack.
That is true. I mean, realistically, in order to out the card, he can just Curse Eldland, add another Golden Lord, and then send Golden Lord out there can only be one.
I think that's what he's going to do now.
He's going to send Eldland
but
to special minute back.
I don't know if you saw, on the far right side of Mitchell's zone, he has another there can only be one.
Oh.
Now, if he does go with the route of pitching, targeting there can only be one, do you chain or do you wait? Till because he's probably going to summon another.
I would 100%
for
wait.
game.
100% go wait for it. I don't know. I might actually flip it because this way Curse Eldland doesn't go to the graveyard. That's a tough one. Depending on what my other back row is, and if even drawing a Prank Kid monster will do anything.
So discard Conquistadors. Okay.
All right.
So now we're at the point now. Does he do it to ahead of time or to the chain?
No, he's letting it resolve. Maybe I would have done it. Yeah.
Ice Dragon would have been beautiful at this moment in time. You literally just make it a zoo deck with his blank Eldlich cards.
Yeah, at this point, I would flip it now because if he lets a train resolve. Oh no, he's not playing the trains. Oh, I'm so out of it.
So right now he's going for big damage.
Yeah.
I think when he goes to battle phase, the Cyberse is going to the Link Spider is going to attack the token, and he's going to swing for the 35 first to see if it hits, and then that's where he's going to swing flip there can only be one.
Yeah, he's gonna. It's at least 6K. Sheesh.
I don't like that look. Alright, token is gone. Swing for 25. He's gonna let that 25 go through, and then he's gonna flip it. There can only be one now. Oh, he sends droplets.
Oh, to survive, I'd imagine.
But couldn't you just flip there? There can only be. Okay, so the right side is probably not there can only be one then, because I would have flipped it up.
Yeah, I would have 100% flipped it by now. You know, I probably would have left. I probably would have. Actually, after thinking about it, I probably would have flipped it before he sent Eldon, because that forces the Eldon to be up, and his only attack was going to be the 2,500 Golden Lord on the far end. So he couldn't even summon it.
Oh,
and the
it was a
attack.
solemn judgment.
Sheesh. Tell you what.
So he swung to do damage with everything, and then flipped the Haquaro to push for game, and then it got judgment in the Haquaro.
That's not a card I would side. I don't know.
I guess he's going first, so he's trying to like stop for blowout cards.
I mean, I don't think there's really any blowout cards. 'Cause if you're going first, right, your turn is either like put out your board, in which case like that deck can hardly compete with, or you pass your turn because your play got negated. One judgment isn't going to do anything against an open board. I don't know. I would have rather sided like summon limit or summon limit, not against this deck, but like I'd probably side like strikes or.
I guess that was the only way to protect. There can only be ones like Cosmics, MSTs, Lightning Storms.
Yeah, I don't know if 4,000 is like. I mean, I generalize 4,000 when I speak of judgment. I don't think 4,000 is worth protecting. But there can only be one. I don't know.
It was a ghost rare. It looks like.
You know, if it was
So
if it was
I think
strike, he couldn't even do it. So.
Yeah. It had to be a judgment because that's why he was only able to negate the activation of Aquaro.
I don't think he can. Oh no, he's conking, not honking. Okay, honking.
Well, at least he knows that his opponent went through a lot of their Aquaros and conks, so the only thing he said is a Scarlet.
Exactly. Oh, I need to.
I guess he needs to prank it off the top, and he got one in his Roxy's. All right, Enrique, do you have the hand trap? And he has the Ash, and that's game. Enrique moves undefeated, going to round 3 as the winner against Prankids. Wow. So we've seen a lot of, well, so far there's two 2-0s. Last round with Aaron versus Frank. Now we got Eldlich versus Prank. And man, Mitchell opened so clean.
He did. He opened good.
And the talents just showed more hand trap because like Enrique literally couldn't do anything. He needed those 3 hand traps. The Bell, DD Crow, Ash. Ash got shifted for talents. And it's like
YuGiOh, man. Like,
no, that is true.
That is
YuGiOh.
I love how blue shirt side, even though he had the.
Hey, you gotta play.
I know so many people
play
that
it
do
off,
that type
man.
shit.
Hey, I do. I personally do it. I gotta make myself look.
I know one
I'm
time-
struggling because to give my opponent hope and just take it away.
I can't even lie. Like one time, like I played Jeremy Mitchell, and this is at the UDS, the one where Jeff won, I believe. And I mean, no hate against him. It was just funny how he did it. He looked at his hand. He's like, I bricked, and then he plays the game. I'm like, bro, what are you doing, dude?
I've been like playing with him on like through the remote duel, not the remote duels, like the LCS, the duel book tournaments and everything, and that man will always complain. I think he just has so much high expectations for himself that if it's not A1, it is not good enough for him. Because when I was playing with that man in the 3v3 tournament for the LCS, that man will open beautiful, and he'd be like, I'm going against my worst matchup, and he 2-0s them. I'm like, bro, I'm playing Virtual World, struggling.
TBH, like that kind of mentality, like it allows less room for error, and that probably line of thinking is probably the reason why he does so well at events.
Yeah, I agree with, because like
don't deal with anything but perfect.
Yes. And that man plays very well.
Yes. Yeah, maybe we're gonna go see the next few table 1 decks. Let's see. Hopefully, maybe get some Dragon Link in there. Let's get some combo in there. Like,
Yeah.
I definitely want to see some Dragon Link. Maybe see some any trap decks. I love me some trap decks. I don't know.
I'll just do a quick graze on the land and see what we got coming up for the future.
Absolutely.
So, for the top tables, there's a few more Eldlich, more Invoke,
Yeah.
a few Dragon Links. I want to, well, hopefully they're still playing right now because this match was very quick. But hopefully we see them coming with the tables. A few of them they've been saying, "Hey, I'm doing good. I want to be on the feature." I'm like, "Hey, keep it up, and we'll bring them on."
Yeah, exactly.
But I still can't believe it, man.
He opened so well. The prank kid player opened so well. That's kind of
like I was saying, like,
crazy.
talents. I'm a big advocate for the card.
I love that
I know
card
a lot of people don't like it, but I think as long as there are hand traps and as long as the best deck forces your opponent to respond with a hand trap, that card will always be viable.
Absolutely.
Because if your opponent allows you to play your deck, all right, now you just shift the gear from talents to see them. You could shift the gear to more of, all right, cool, there's board breaking cards. Dark Ruler No More, Kaiju Slumber. Like anything that breaks my board that's not a hand trap, that makes talents a brick in my hand, that card will see play.
Yeah.
That card will give me information. That card will draw me cards. That card will take your card and make it my own.
Take Dragoon,
man. Taking Dragoon is very important.
Listen, man. I've been thinking about cutting like hand traps out of my deck and just playing Dark Ruler, because like, what's the point of getting talents?
Yeah.
Like, what's the point? Especially in my deck, I'm playing like it's like combo and trap in the same deck, but like, why am I letting my opponent do all that when I could just Dark Ruler them and kill them or link off with their cards?
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather just Dark Ruler them than have them gain advantage off of talents, and I'd rather just be a dead card in their hand.
Yeah, so. But once again, Enrique didn't falter. He allowed the talents to just take away the ash from his hand, and he stayed calm. He allowed it just every next turn, drew, paid 8, got stopped, cool, play a card, draw for next turn, play 8, and then Mitchell just got punished for just not playing the game.
Yeah, that's also just very, very not fortunate for.
It happens. It's a game we play.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're given gold in a handbasket and you just throw it away, and it's like, it be like that. Because I have infinite stories of just being sacky, getting that one top deck off the rip, and like, all right, cool. All I have to do is play correctly. I've been given the cards to play correctly. I just need to initiate it and step by step.
And then the eye goes wonky like mine, and you
mess it up. Oh man, I've thrown away top 8s, top cuts, just on that small misplay.
I threw away my Worlds invite because of a misplay. It happens.
And you just, from there, you just gotta learn and not do it again.
Exactly.
All right, guys. So we'll come back to you guys with more stuff. And once again, tell us in the chat what you want to see. Dragon Link, more prank kids, more YuGiOh Eldlich. All right, we'll be back.
See you later.